Check, 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 check. All right, so Boston Celtics world champions. Outside of San Antonio Spurs world champions, I think my least favorite team to possibly win a championship would be Boston. Sports hate them. Sports hate them. I don't have actual hatred for anyone over there. But I sports hate them. Their entitlement, their racism, their history of bigotry, and the fact that most of their winning was done when the league was barely a league. And they just want you to look the other way and not notice that. Now, the 80s, they were awesome. Once again, the most talented roster in the world, rivaling, I guess, the Lakers of the 80s. I just can't stand Boston. Can't stand them. Can't stand their fans, mostly. But the Mavs is who we talk about. I don't really want to talk about Boston. They were the better team, clearly. You tip your cap and kind of go just say, hey, the better team won. Now, I don't think, let me say this, because I don't know if a lot of people are going to say this tonight. I don't think that winning 4-1 is an apt telling of the talent difference between these two teams. I think it was a horrible fit. I think it was a horrible matchup for the Mavs. Boston, once again, the more talented roster, but they absolutely put Kyrie in a hole, and I don't know where to find him. Tonight I had people unfollowing me because they're, just ignorant, I guess. But I just in the first half was saying this is on Luka. Being down like this, not having the energy we need, executing this way, this is on Luka. He has to step up as a leader. He has to step up and hold himself accountable. Now, I know he will after the fact. I know he will after the game. He will take the blame. He will look at the cameras and step right into the microphone and just say, hey, listen, this is on me. This is on me. This is on me. And, he actually will do that to a fault, I think. But he comes out flat in a do-or-die game 5. He comes out just looking aimless and lost and throwing weird passes and not doing what works. His three-point shot has abandoned him. He doesn't have the lift in his legs. His lower body's all beat to heck. What's up, Zero? Yeah, I'm sad too, man. But, it's just this idea of Luka is the best or the second best player in the world. And him coming out and looking listless and like he didn't have the fire and the fury and the flaming passion to at least attack, to at least force his will upon the Celtics, right? To at least stand among that crowd and on that floor and go, you will not stop me. I will enforce my will upon you. You may have the better team and we may go down losing here, but we will go down shooting. We will go down blasting. We will go down throwing haymaker after haymaker. And you may outshoot us because your team, your roster is that much better than my squad, but I am going to go at your throats play after play after play after play. And I didn't see that in the first half almost at all. Now, were the Celtics going at him? Were the Celtics making it hard for him? Of course. Is there really anything out of just all-out blitzing and double-teaming? Is there anything they could do to really stop him? I don't think so. Now they have really, really good defenders. But so I had people going, unfollow. This is so ignorant. You can't blame Luka. You know, the stands come crawling out. Luka's not to blame. It's Jason Kidd's to blame, or it's Kyrie's to blame, or it's PJ Washington, a support player. He's to blame. Guys, when your team fails to climb the mountain and your superstar shows up like Luka did in the first half, you have to be honest with yourself and say one of two things. Either it's just the injuries, or it's some combination of things involving injuries and something else, right? The defense is certainly stellar. What's up, hella good? Luka looked exhausted. Yeah, man, he looked exhausted. You know what's weird, though? He didn't look exhausted in Game 4. What was it about a couple days rest that made him exhausted? I agree. He looked exhausted. He looked like he just played a 48-minute game right before tonight. I don't understand. Is that the injections they're giving him? Is it the injuries just creep up at the most inopportune times? Here's the thing. Tonight, I'm not interested in making excuses for Luka. Tonight, I'm just saying, like, he's the greatest player in the world, if not the greatest, the second greatest, and he's no lower than 2. And I think there's a pretty far divide between Joker and Luka and everyone else. So he's either the best player in the world. I think he had the best season in the world this year. I thought he should have been the MVP. Or he's the second best player in the world. And number 3, I think, is a pretty good distance. And I just can't make excuses for the guy because I saw what he could do in Game 4. And we see what he can do against the Timberwolves. We see him be that exerting, like enforcing his will on teams. Like, I understand the Celtics are a different animal than anything we'd faced in the playoffs. They were the best team we placed in the playoffs, hands down. I just can't make excuses for Luka tonight. I will later on when the reports of him needing a surgery come out, or when the reports of this Achilles thing never went away and the ankle never healed and the knee never healed, and I'll make excuses for him later. But tonight, the flame, and this is intangible, I know, the fire was not in his eyes in the first half. Do you disagree? If you disagree, please comment below. Tell me I'm nuts. I had people online unfollowing me tonight on Twitter and X saying, you're an idiot. You can't say that about Luka. He's the only one, ... And I'm like, no, I know Luka's game as well as any other Mavs fan who's not getting paid by the Mavericks, right? You know, I know it almost as well as any other Mavs fan. Let me just say that to have a little humility. I've watched every minute of his NBA career. I watched a lot of his EuroLeague career. Sometimes he has the fire. He usually has the fire. I would have bet everything that he would have had the fire in his eyes tonight. And I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I saw, once again, too much deferring. And you're going to say, yeah, but Kyrie. Yeah. Let me be honest with everybody here. Kyrie is not in Luka's league. Kyrie's in something else. And Kyrie in Boston is pathetic. And you might say, oh, you're not treating his trauma seriously. I don't care about any of that right now. Kyrie in Boston is a shambles. We'll look at the numbers in a second. I'm just talking game right now. They came out and just obliterated us. Like we did to them in Game 4. Yeah, this is the version of Dirk's 2006, 2007 put together. I hope that's what it is, because we know what happened after that, right? Like losing in the finals first round after MVP season. Yeah, it's all wrapped up. Except Dirk wasn't, help me remember, Dirk wasn't injured for any of that. So that was almost like choke or something like that, right? But Luka is banged up to heck, man. He is damaged goods right now. He is damaged good. Yeah, hella good says Kyrie sucked. Luka sucked worse. They both need to grow on this. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I thought the Celtics were actually a pretty good matchup for Luka in Luka's favor. They didn't have one guy over there that I thought could even really slow him. Now, Jaylen Brown, if he's allowed to foul you 30 times a game, he can slow you. Yeah, he's a big, strong guy. But if Luka was just determined to get in the paint, he showed us in Game 4 that he can beat absolutely any one of those switches. He can get the good shots. And tonight he seemed like he was not really that interested in doing what he did in Game 4. Where he was, y'all correct me, I think he was 0 for 8 from 3 in Game 4. But he was determined to dominate the paint. And I didn't see that same Luka tonight. And so I'm going to start with my leader. I'm going to start with the guy who I say is the best player in the world. And I'm going to put the lion's share of the responsibility. I'm not really interested in blame, but responsibility at my superstar, who I know, given the right circumstances and the right motivation and the right fuel and the right fire, can make you competitive no matter how hot the other team is. When Luka is on one, he can win you a game by himself. And at the very least, he can keep it so competitive. And if the response to that is he was just too hurt, then I go, okay. I say, okay, maybe that's it. Tonight, I just didn't see the fire. I didn't see the fire. I know that's a weird old man intangibles, not analytically measurable kind of comment. I know that. I just didn't see the force that we so often see in Luka Doncic's eyes. And so that was a bummer to me. That was rough for me. All right, let's see. Okay, where's my cursor? There we go. Oh, it came back. There we go. Yeah, 106.88. The first time I'm going to say that. 106.88. There we go. An absolute butt kicking, pretty much from beginning to end. Just an absolute curb check. Really embarrassing. The same sort of embarrassment that we dished out to them, they dished out to us in Game 5. What we did to them in Game 4. Kyrie, once again, was just an absolute pathetic no-show. As far as I know, Kyrie is not injured. Kyrie is just a mental midget in Boston. Now, Drew and White are like basically built in a lab to defend him, right? I mean, they really are. They really are. But we knew that going in. In Boston, there's something going on in that dude's head. And he's going to philosophize, and he's going to zen la la and all that kind of kumbaya kind of stuff in front of the mic. What I would like Kyrie to do is to look at... I don't know. As long as he does this to his own teammates, he doesn't have to do it to us. He doesn't have to tell the media this. I just wish he would own up to whatever's going on when he plays in Boston. We got our butts kicked. My wife just came in and asked about the outcome of the game. That was got beat by almost 20 points. Oh no, wait. Is my math? Yeah, 20. Yeah, whatever. Almost 20. So let's jump into the box, right? Let's jump in. Let's see some of these stats. All right. Mavs shoot 45% from the field. I mean, that's respectable, right? Yeah, but under 30% from three. Oh, you don't think Nico Harrison has been watching these 3-point percentages? You don't think he's not watching those 3-point percentages in the playoffs and going like, okay, I see what my team needs. We need 3-point shooters, reliable, legit, actual 3-point shooters. I mean, this series, the games rose and fall on the 3-pointing and the 3-point shooting, and we were just not good. Look at them though. Look at them. Only 33% from three. Yikes. Free throws, 54% to their 85%. Turnovers, 13 to their 7. Rebounds. Explain this to me. Where in Game 4, we attacked and got those 50-50 balls and looked like the Mavericks, right? I was sitting here going like, finally in this final series, the Mavs played Mavericks basketball. And tonight they blew it up again. I understand that this Boston defense is really good, guys. I understand that. But that's not what... I just saw these guys playing really, really poorly. And does Boston get a lot of the credit? Of course they do. Are they a worthy champion? Of course they are. Did they have the easiest run in the East of all time? Right up there. No one's going to be saying that tonight, but I'll say it. They had a pathetically easy path to the finals. Completely on cruise control for them. Rebounds, look at that. 35-51. Assists, they crush us. Blocks, we actually won in blocks tonight. That's the first game in this series we won in blocks, 4-2. Defensive rebound. I'm not going to look at all these stats too much, guys. I got other stuff I want to say. Points in the paint, where we crushed them all series. They tied us tonight. Points in the paint. Fast break points, they crushed us. Second jam points, they beat us. Okay. All right, let's talk about our guys. Luka Doncic. Oh, the numbers the counting stats look great. 28, 12, and 5, right? Yeah. 5 assists to 7 turnovers. 5 assists to 7 turnovers? Something's wrong there. You say, yeah, it's the injuries, dummy. It's the injuries. Okay. Yeah. It's the injuries in that Boston defense. Okay. Yeah, Luka was not Luka tonight. Whatever excuses or rationalizations or reasons we have, he was off. Terrible on a night where we needed him to be his best. And I know his best isn't going to be his healthy best, but at least be as good as he was and as forceful as he was in Game 4. And we didn't even get anything close to that. 12 of 25 from the field. That didn't look bad. 2 of 9 from 3. So he was pretty solid from 2. 2 for 5 from free throw. And a guy who was 80% in the playoffs. I think at one point in the playoffs, coming into the finals, I think he shot 83 or 84% in the playoffs coming into the finals. And just maybe it's the legs just failing him. I don't know, but it's embarrassing. It's unacceptable. Yeah. Just terrible. Terrible. I love Luka, man. I'm not bailing on Luka. Luka is literally our Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is our only hope. Okay? He is our only hope. For this team to win, it's all on Luka. You got to give him a better supporting cast than we have right now. Of course. Nico's got a job to do. Of course. We're going to have to replace guys who can't shoot threes with guys who can shoot threes. Of course. Derek, I'll talk about some of the positives. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight, actually, but I got a lot of positives for next season. I got a lot. Let me go back to the chat right here. What's up, DK? Reminded me of the Stars in the finals. Yeah, okay, yeah. You'll have to explain that. I'm not a big Stars fan. I root for him. But Jaylen Brown won MVP over Jason Tatum. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm totally fine with that. He was better. He was better. For all the times that the broadcast wanted to talk about Jason Tatum's assists, Brown was covering Luka, and he was the better offensive player. So, yeah, Tatum probably ended the series with more assists, though. So, okay. I'd have given it to Brown or Holiday. I think Holiday is masterful, man. I wonder if they're going to send Bucks front office a ring for giving them Drew Holiday, right? That's just absolutely insane. Tatum had some pretty poor showings, absolutely. Need rebounds, absolutely. Mavs just ran out of gas. Yeah, they sure did. I don't know why, though. I don't know why. Luka, I understand it to a degree. I don't accept it. It's unacceptable. I get it a little bit. Why did he look so much worse tonight than he did in Game 4? Was there an aggravation of an injury? Like, he had a couple extra days rest? I don't understand. I don't understand, but he definitely looked out of shape. If this dude never figures out that he has to come into a season in real great shape, I'm not sure we get a different result than we get right now, where he looks out of gas in fourth quarters. I love this guy. I think he's one of the most talented players who's ever lived. He has got to get in shape. He's got to get in shape. It's incredible that his skill is so overwhelmingly better than the competition that he can be obviously out of shape. I don't mean NBA shape. I mean, you can look at his man boobs when he wears his shirt and go like, that dude is not an NBA player, is he? And they go, yeah. Like, I get it with Jokic, because he doesn't run, he doesn't move, he's an oaf, he's an ogre out there, right? Luka being out of shape is just unacceptable. I remember when Giannis had to figure out how to get in shape, and he did, and then he took over the league. Luka's already taken over the league, but I think if he wants to get over the next hump, he's going to have to discipline himself and have that endurance and have that stamina built up. And that'll come from discipline. It really will. Incredible amounts of discipline. All right, so I put the majority of the responsibility for this loss on our leader, on our best player, on our far and away best player. Is he hurt? Are there reasons for it? I'm sure there are. Have we seen him look better than he did tonight? Oh, my gosh. This guy, I don't know, man. Something just tells me if we'd played anyone but Boston, we wouldn't have gotten the Kyrie Irving that we got in the finals. Disagree? Agree? There's something going on in that dude's head. I think the majority of it is that they just have unbelievable matchups for him. Drew Holiday and Derek White are just, like I said, built in a lab to stifle him and stymie him and make it really hard on him. But 5 for 16, 3 of 9 for the field, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. Only 9 assists to 1 turnover. Hey, all right. But 5 of 16 from the field. When we need you to go off. We need you to go off, Kyrie. We need you to show them that they don't own you. That the city of Boston and all those scummy, pasty, mustache-wearing fools, that those guys don't own you, that they're not in your head. And he came out and gave us this game. So, until he proves otherwise, there's absolutely no reason to think that they're not still in his head. Andrew Holiday and Derek White are unbelievable defenders for Kyrie Irving. They're taller, they're longer, they're almost just as quick. Maybe not as quick, but, everything else, they're pretty good. Yeah. Kyrie let the Boston crowd get in his head all 3 games. Yeah, he sure did, man. I'm a little surprised that someone who fancies himself such a thinker, such a thoughtful guy, allowed that crowd, that nasty crowd, to affect him like that. I would have thought he would have found a way to use it as an inspiration. Whatever you think of him, he's smarter than an average NBA guy. I would have thought he would have found a way to use it as fuel to throw logs on the furnace of his, passion. And instead, he just shrank. He shrank again and again. Really disappointing to me. I don't even want to look at the other stats. No one really showed up. Josh Green looked good. He reminded us that if you leave him open, he can occasionally have a game where he hits open threes. Yeah, that was emotions, not mentals. Well, I mean, but you got to be able to have your emotions in check, right? You got to be able to, as a man, in any profession, but in this one, I know it's all amplified in his profession, but you got to be able to figure out how to get your emotions in check. It's not like you don't know it's coming, right? It's not like you don't have days and days and days to plan for it. It's very strange to me. It's strange. Because as good as Holiday and White are on him, as good as Brown can even switch over on him, as stifling as that defense might be for a little guy like Kyrie, he's still one of the greatest shot makers of all time. And that dude is bricking good looks in Boston. Like to a degree where you're just like, that's not you, man. But for about 15 to 18 games, it is Kyrie in Boston now. And so I want to see what you guys said. So you who are with me right now in the chat watching the stream live, answer this question. We're going to go to it in just a second. I asked people on Twitter too. Finish this sentence. This season was blank. You can finish it with a word or a phrase. This Mavs season was blank. Let me know. Because as down as I am right now, I'm pretty sure I've got a positive answer to that. I really haven't polished my answer, to be honest. But like, if you could only say this season was awesome if they won the championship, so maybe I can't say awesome. Yeah, Kai's human, maybe too human. He's very human. He's very connected to his humanness, I think. Luka is emotional too. Yeah, we need him to be in that Terminator mode. Oh, so DK says this season was a lot of fun. Yeah. And let me just say, DK, that's your answer. That's an awesome answer. I think my answer is more than that. A lot of fun to me would have been a win in the second round. Honestly. A lot of fun to me would have been making it to the Western Conference Finals and losing. Like, that would have been a lot of fun. I could have still looked back and gone, a lot of fun. I think this season was, I don't know the right words. Very successful? Like, very successful. They stormed through the Western Conference. They beat the number 1 seed and the number 3 seed. And then they beat a Clipper team that was, Kawhi injured, of course. That's the big caveat, Kawhi injured. But that's no easy matchup for them. They beat 3 50-plus win teams. I think the Thunder won 57. I think the Wolves won 53, 54. And then the Clippers won 51, I'm pretty sure. Like, I would not have banked on this team doing that. Like, I really wouldn't. I was as excited as any of us for how great they were playing to close out the regular season. But I would not have predicted a finals run, honestly. So I thought it was a successful season, man. I don't think you can say it was awesome, because I think, or maybe spectacular would have been a championship win. And if awesome is right below that, I don't know. We're just equivocating. Like just the idea of I thought it was pretty great. Pretty great season to be a Mavs fan. The bitter is still in our mouth. It's fresh right now, but it was an amazing season. It was an amazing season. All right, let's see what the fans thought. Let's see what some of our brethren said to the question. This season, okay, come on. This season was okay. Good. I got some answers. I was afraid that everyone was going to be too depressed to give an answer. Wow, my internet's just decided. Oh, Sticks says a failure. Sticks says a failure. I got to disagree. I love my guy Sticks. But I can't say, coming off of a season where we didn't even make the play-in, D-Live. But I can't say that it was championship or bust for me. I can't say that. So if that's where you are, honestly, that's fair. For me, I can't say that, though. Underdog says, unexpected. It was an unexpected season. I'm going to go ahead and read this because I love Underdog. After the trade deadline, I thought this was a rebuilding season. Figured getting past the first round was our goal. Losing in the Western Conference Finals was our ceiling. Somehow we made it to the frickin' you didn't say frickin'. Made it to the finals. After Game 4, blah, every player has finals experience. Coming back stronger next year. Man, that's really great. Awesome. Unexpected. That's a great way to phrase it. Oops, sorry. Mavs Forever, a really fun ride. Sad to see it end, but excited for the future. Awesome. You guys are like medicine for my mind and soul right now. I appreciate this. Michael says, successful. There we go. A successful season. Never expected to get this far. And that's not being a doubting fan either. There was no reason for us to think our team was going to get this far. Even the blindly optimistic Luka and Kyrie stands, they always, whatever. But like a reasonable fan didn't have a right to expect a finals run. And so I like that, Michael. Never expected to get this far, but now they have some major moves to make this offseason. 3-point shooting. Has to start with re-signing DJJ. Does it? Interesting. That's a conversation for later in the offseason for sure. I'm going to be doing lots of streams and lots of lives in the offseason. I want y'all to come talk with me. Do we have to sign DJJ depending on... And by the way, I'm going to not call him DJJ because they call him D Jones. Like, to a man, every player calls him D Jones. All his teammates. And so I'm just going to call him D Jones too. Then maneuvering a trade to find the last piece. The core is there, though. Oh, the core is there. Okay, I've been hearing a lot of fans talk about we need one more piece to add to the core, like to that top 3 player core. I know you don't mean like the 7th guy as part of the core. All right, so yeah, interesting comments, Michael. We'll talk about that all off season, I'm sure. Midgar says, unforgettable roller coaster. Yes, fact. Joaquin, I'm sorry, your name always throws me. Joaquin, an absolute success despite the ending. Yes. I'm loving this feedback. Anna says, an emotional investment that I do not regret. Come on. Anna, there you go, hitting home runs. Good job, Anna. PWD, a great success. Second best season in Mavs history. Future is bright. Bitter ending. Shouldn't make the fans feel otherwise. Ooh, interesting comment there. I don't have time to parse it out. Second best season in Mavs history. Well, not according to wins in the finals. In 06, we got 2 wins and should have won the finals. So maybe that was a letdown. Maybe you could say this season was a better season because this season was surpassing expectations. And in 06, we should have won the finals. So you might have a really good point there. You might have a really good argument there. Comic says our second best season all time. Oh, back-to-back opinions. Their second best season of all time. Love it. Lando says a success. Heck yeah. Unexpected and fun. Absolutely. Instings. Amazing regardless that ending. Yeah, it was amazing, man. I agree. CJK, decent success. It's time to go all in. Okay, this offseason you want to see some big moves. Got it. Talking Mavs, okay. Still a success, but would have been better if front office went in 100% with the trades. Okay. Imagine the Mavs don't have Dwight Powell, THJ, and Maxey, and have someone else who's playable and can handle the bright lights of the finals. The series would have been even closer. Yeah, that's a great point. It's all just dependent on what's available. What can you make happen? Is there actually a market for the guys we'd like to move? That's the question. Is there any kind of market without adding picks? So maybe that's the going all in would have been adding picks or something. We're going to have a lot more flexibility this offseason, though. Dwight, fun. Could have ended better. Could have ended a lot better, Dwight. Understatement there. Good point, though. Tony says, more than expected. Yeah, me too. Neil says, the second most fun season in Mavs history. Definitely not the first. Yeah, second's the best it could be. Bruce says, a roller coaster. Heck yeah. Chris says, heartbreaking. It is right now. But as we get the bitterness of this finals loss out of our mouths, Chris, I think we're going to start seeing man, what a run. What an awesome ride. Red Raider Man says, big success. I agree. Fletcher says, rigged. Oh, rigged. We got a conspiracy theorist in the building. Chris Jenkins says it was fun. Dan says it was a dream. Z Lively says it was amazing. Marquis says respectful. Okay, or respectable maybe? Respectful or respectable? Yeah. Mines says spectacular. Right? All right, so good stuff there from you guys. Good stuff. Absolutely. I got a lot to say. I got notes here. I think I'm going to save this for another day. I got some good notes here about things I didn't like in tonight's game. We'll analyze that. I think and be a little more analytical in the future. I got some really good. I'm not even going to show you this page. I got some really good stuff over here for why I'm so excited for next season. I am so pumped for next season, guys, and I think we all have a reason to be excited. Let me check chat to see if there's been any more chatting. DK says Joaquin. I don't know what that means. Hella Good says, I'm going to call him D Jones too. Thanks for putting that out. I'm a DJJ spreader. Yeah. D Jones is just what all the guys who play with him call him. I'm just going to call him that too. DK saying Joaquin. Oh, is that just Joaquin? Really? It's just the classic Joaquin? Oh. Well, I'll just start saying that. I thought it was a little different, but maybe it is just Joaquin. Okay, cool. Thank you, DK. I'm just going to say Joaquin. Yeah, like Joaquin Phoenix? Okay, cool. Is that how Joaquin Phoenix is spelled? And I've just been ignoring that and missing that? Okay, cool. From now on, I'll just go Joaquin. Thanks for the help, guys. I appreciate that. Hella Good says Joker, Gladiator, etc. I don't know that. Joker, Gladiator, etc. Oh, no, I know who Joaquin Phoenix is. Yeah, no, he's one of the greatest actors alive or of any generation. Yeah, no, I know Joaquin Phoenix. Full show. Hella Good says, THJ has an expiring contract. Should be easier to move this summer. That's the idea. That's the hope. That's the prayer. It's got to happen. If it doesn't, it'll be like a pit in my stomach all year. How much did he play tonight? I still got that pulled up. Did we look? How much did THJ end up playing tonight? Do you want to know? 8.5 minutes, guys. So nothing outrageous. 8.5 minutes. Okay. All right, guys. I'm looking forward to having a whole lot of activity and action in the off season. I want to just encourage you guys to jump in when I'm live. Comment in here, jump in the chat. I'd love to start building a little bit of a community, whether there's 10 of us or whether there's 100 of us. I'm going to start engaging on Twitter more, and I got a large Twitter following. I might be able to engage that crew more. So right now I'm just over here on YouTube, but thank you guys so much for jumping over here. It's a lot more fun with you guys going live. When that box that I'm staring at right now is blank and I'm just talking to an empty camera, it's a lot more fun when y'all are chatting, when y'all are contributing, and when y'all are agreeing or disagreeing. It's a lot more fun, and it just makes it a lot more worth it. I'm expecting, I might drive my wife crazy, I'm expecting to have a really busy off season online. I really want to have a lot of dialogue with y'all. I want to get our brains working. I want us to see and encourage and kind of like will Nico into some amazing decisions and trades and maybe move off some of the dead weight. I had people calling me an idiot because during the game tonight, I had people calling me an idiot because I said, man, I'm ready for Maxey not to be on the team anymore. I'm just ready. I'll be your Huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like someone just walked all over your grave. Yeah. So I've been one of the loudest Maxey fans on Mavs Twitter, and I'm ready. Is the guy a really solid defensive backup? Yes, he is. Is he a entire liability offensively? Yes, he is. So if you're going to ever put him in a position where you need to rely on him on the offensive end, you are shooting yourself in a worse place than the foot. Let's just say that. Like, he's just proven it to me. It's not 2021 and 2022 anymore. That Maxey's gone. Like, walking all over Maxey's grave. Like, no one can doubt. I got the receipts if you go back. No one can doubt my loyalty to Maxey throughout his career. And I'm ready for him either to take the Dwight Powell role or to play 10 minutes a night or not to be on the team anymore. We just, the Celtics have proven it. You have to have guys that can play two ways. You have to have guys who can play both ends of the court. Now, they might be more focused on one end than the other, but they have to be effective on both ends. And Maxey, for a long while now, just hasn't been effective on both ends. And it hurts me to say it. I hate to say it. But listen, I'm going to end this stream on this note. Really good season. Not spectacular. Not awesome, but really good season. And guys, listen, as bitter as it still is in your mouth right now, as sucks as it does right now, listen, next season, this team is going to be so much better, and we're going to have a lot of conversations about why that is upcoming. This team, even if they don't add a third star or a huge piece or something like that, this team, as currently constructed, with a couple tiny moves, moving a little bit of dead weight, moving off a couple contracts, this team is going to be so much better. Because one thing that I don't think has been said a lot is this team is very young. Outside of Hardaway, Kleber, and Kyrie, this team is very young, and that has a lot to do with why you should be very excited for next year. So, wrapping a bow on this season, I'm going to tell you guys one final time, freaking go Mavs.